We are back at it with the brand new F1X1 podcast for this week's F1 Japan race. I'm honestly super excited for this. It's been a couple weeks since the last F1 race, and I really want to see how Mercedes does. Shout out to the boy Jegs. He actually said this in our Discord that Red Bull, Ferrari are bringing upgrades for Japan as well as Mercedes. So I'm excited to see where that actually puts Ferrari. I'm excited to see where that puts Mercedes.
Last.
I'm excited to see if Red Bull does anything different. I mean, Sergio Perez had nothing in Australia. Obviously, Max DNF probably would have got top 3. But I'm kind of intrigued about that. Japan last year was actually pretty exciting, at least for the boy Mix. His favorite team got top 3. So both Lando and
my two favorite teams.
Yeah. Lando
got 1, 2, 3.
second and Oscar got third with Charles Leclerc getting fourth. So last year was pretty good. This year I think it's going to be even better. What?
Oh, last year.
Yeah, so last year.
I thought you said or you were talking about last week. I was like, oh, I don't think that's
no. Last week Carlos got first, Charles got second, and Lando got third. So if like history repeats itself, we could probably see McLaren top 5 once again in Japan. A few high-speed corners, which they're really, really good at. I saw a chart actually on Twitter talking about Mercedes speed going into the first corner. Yeah, it's 20 miles per hour difference from last year to this year. So we kind of screwed. I just saw Mix's predictions for underachieve here, and I hate it already. But let's jump right into our predictions. You guys know them. Let me see. I forgot already. There is 6 different predictions that we normally do. So we got under and overachieve. We got DNF. We have best and worst strategy. We have the biggest surprise. We have who's going to get pole and who's going to podium. So let's jump right into it. Mix, who is going to underachieve for you? Underachieve and overachieve.
I didn't change my underachieve from last race, and it's Lewis Hamilton again because he sucks in that car. Well, the car sucks.
The car sucks. He does not suck.
I could have just put Mercedes, but I'm just going to say Lewis Hamilton.
Why can't you put George, man?
Fine, I'll do both McLaren or Mercedes.
No, just George.
And then
George
my
actually
overachieve
Lewis this year, so
is going to be McLaren.
You think they're going to overachieve once again?
Yep.
You think they're going to get
2 drivers in the top 5? Two drivers. They'll get a driver on the podium.
At least one driver on the podium?
Yep. The other one,
history
top
repeats
7.
itself, possibly.
And then, yeah, that's my under and overachieve.
All right, so my underachieve, I'm going to have to go with Mercedes as well.
Yeah, you were talking shit, and you did the same thing as me.
Dude, it's unfortunate, but that Mercedes car is dog shit. Let's be real. It's so slow. So slow. Doesn't matter who's driving it. I think you put Max in that car, it's still going to be not podium worthy. Okay. That's just what it is. Right. I think my overachieve is going to be, it's really hard to say overachieve Ferrari because they just podium 1-2. So you can't really say that.
Yeah,
you can't really say McLaren because they just went 3-4. So I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say both Red Bull 2 make top 10. Daniel hasn't done it all year. Yuki got 7th last week, or I guess 2 weeks ago in Australia.
Barking.
So I'm going to say Red Bull 2.0, both drivers get into the top 10 and both get points. It's also, I read this, Daniel's on the hot seat. He doesn't perform the next couple of weeks. He's out of there. So I think he needs to start driving his butt off. I think this week is the start of it. So expect Red Bull 2.0 get top 10. And then our second category is who's going to DNF. Mix, who do you have DNFing?
Lance Stroll. Or reliable.
Hey, he got 6 last week, man.
Yep. But that doesn't mean he can't DNF.
That
might be
true.
A car. It might be a skill issue. We'll have to find out.
He did DNF last year. So
yep. And I heard it's supposed to rain for the race.
There is a tsunami warning in Japan, so that could play a factor. Wow, I'm looking at the results from last year. You had 5 DNFs last year.
I would have got it right.
You had
I should have
Bottas,
kept my thing.
Perez, Stroll, Sargent, Albon, all DNF. That's crazy.
Yep.
Okay, so my DNF.
Josh, do it. Do it, Josh. Remember what you did last time? Do that.
Red Bull DNF.
Yeah.
Red Bull DNF.
No,
that's where we're going. That's where we're going for. So yeah, Red Bull. Just it could be any Red Bull. Just Red Bull. It could be 2.0. Could be 1.0. Just Red Bull DNF. Yep, that's my picks. And then okay, so third category that we have is best and worst strategy. Mix. Who do you have for your best strategy? I think I can already predict this.
Yeah, because you can read it. Anyway, I didn't
even read that.
Yeah, I didn't change it from last time, and I'm gonna go Ferrari again.
I can see them getting.
I'm
podium
doing
again.
it until they let me down. So,
all right. Who's your worst?
Red Bull 2.0. Not helping you out.
That's not helping me out at all, dude. I had
They
the
didn't
top
have
10.
a bad strategy.
You got
last
them
year.
having worse strategy.
Or not last year. Last 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. All right. So my best strategy is probably going to be McLaren's. I think they're going to be top 5. I think both cars are going to be top 5. So I think they're going to have the best strategy for that. I think they're going to qualify good. Probably just stay right in that top 5 after qualifying and not lose positions to other drivers. And then my worst strategy, I'm going to go and say Aston Martin. I think probably Lance Stroll and Fernando, possibly outside of top 10. If you think about it, Mercedes, if their car's good, that's 2 spots. Good. That's 2 spots for Mercedes. I have Red Bull 2.0 in top 10, so that's 4 spots. Yeah, so that's where I'm going with my best and worst strategy. And then our fourth category is going to be our biggest surprise of the weekend.
My biggest surprise is a mid-table team gets a top 5.
What? Can we have like a name like Williams, Haas, Sauber?
Nope. That's too much, Josh. It's probably not gonna happen.
Whew.
I don't know who. It's probably not gonna be anybody, but it could be someone.
I'm gonna have 2 here. So if there's going to be rain, right, and it's a tsunami warning in Japan, so I think a lot of cars are gonna DNF. I don't know about 5. Okay, I don't know about 5.
Bottas win.
No. But I'm gonna say there's going to be a first-time winner in Japan this week. There's a lot of them. I mean, Lando hasn't won. Oscar hasn't won. They have really good cars. That's basically it.
Imagine it's like Russia 2.0 or wherever they raced.
Yeah, where Lando was leading the entire way and then blew it. Last corner, he choked.
To Lewis Hamilton.
I'll take it. I'll take a W. I'll take it.
I would not take that. I would cry. I'd punch a wall.
I'm gonna say first time winner. That's gonna be the biggest surprise. So that's what I would say if it's raining. Okay, if it's not raining, then I'm gonna say 2 people out-qualify Max Verstappen. I'm just gonna say it. 2 people out-qualify Max Verstappen. That could be
both the Ferraris.
Hey, that could honestly be his lap just doesn't count because he goes track limits, on his hot lap or something, So it's a surprise. It's a bold prediction. That's why we're here. But then we're going to go jump into our next one. And who's going to grab pole? That kind of leads into my biggest surprise. So who's going to grab pole, Mix?
Well, mine is the opposite of your biggest surprise because it's Max Verstappen getting pole.
That's not happening.
Do you remember last year his pole lap? It was so beautiful. Like it was nice to watch, I'm not gonna lie. Like he was just hooked up and it's probably not gonna change.
Can you imagine back-to-back weeks DNFs for Max?
No, I can't imagine that.
I don't think it's gonna happen either, but it could happen. You know what I mean? My pole, I'm going with Charles.
I've done that so many times. I I've done it every week, I think, besides this week. So
Well, this week I'm going for it. This week I'm
maybe
going
he'll
for
get
Charles.
it this time.
I think he possibly could win too. I know he's not a first time winner, but I think he possibly could win. Gets pole, and I think their strategies have been better. Like if you put Charles where Carlos was last week, I think possibly Charles probably could have won that. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm going to go with. Shout out to Charles for a pole. And then our last category of our predictions here is who's going to podium at Japan.
In third position, I have Max Verstappen.
Okay.
Probably not going to happen. Second place, same as last year, Lando Norris and his fire helmet.
Okay.
First place, I said it on the last podcast, Carlos Sainz.
I like it. Dude, can you imagine Carlos goes back to back? That would be nuts.
Just for Lewis to take a spot at Ferrari.
That would be nuts, man. I would be happy with that. Honestly, I would really be happy with Carlos winning again, Lando second. One that adds to the championship, right? It's not just going to be Max taking over. Max doesn't even have the points lead right now. So
yeah, he does.
He does
it's like
still?
4 points.
Oh, but if Carlos wins, right? If Carlos wins, then he's taking over that points lead. So I think adding a second person in the championship hunt, it's just better for the viewer. It's better for entertaining.
It'd be three if Carlos wins.
Yeah. Well, not Lando. Lando's not even close.
No, it'd be 3 people fighting for the championship with
Charles,
Max, and Carlos if Carlos wins.
So, I honestly think that would be really, really good for everybody involved. My podium, if I have to go with my predictions here, Red Bull's DNFing. Max isn't getting pole.
Valtteri Bottas wins.
No. Mercedes is absolutely dog. They're so bad. I can't put them on my podium anymore. So I'm going to go with Lando third. And I also said first time winner, possibly if it's raining. I'm going to go Lando third.
What? Josh.
Max second. Charles first. Charles finally eludes the pole and losing first place this weekend in Japan.
He's going to lead points.
Yep. I'm saying Charles is going to get pole. Charles is going to dominate the race. He's going to win. That's my prediction.
We are delusional.
Yeah, we're so delusional. Hey, if it rains, anything's possible. And also, look what happened last week. Max Verstappen DNF 3 laps into the race. Lewis DNF 5 laps into the race, or 6 laps into the race. Dude,
George Russell
DNF last lap of the race. It's possible. I'm very intrigued to see this weekend. I think it's really good time for us too. I think it's
midnight for me.
Midnight for you, but 10 p.m. for me. So that's really good. Definitely going to be watching that. Possibly doing a stream. We'll try to figure it out. We kind of messed up the stream last week. I don't know how we're going to do that yet. We got to figure that out. But those are our predictions. Let us know in the comment section below if we're delusional, if we're spot on, if we're delusional. But just let us know what you guys think about our predictions. Let us know in the comments below who you guys have winning, who's your podium, all of our predictions, our categories. Let us know in the comment section below. We would love to hear about it. We would love to talk about it. So let us know. Thank you guys so much for enjoying these. Hope you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we'll be back for a recap video right after the race. So much love, stay safe, and we're out. Peace.